Breaking overnight, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is searching for an AWOL inmate. The latest details are straight ahead.
And heading back to school on a budget, Madison area students start in just a few weeks. And this morning, we're talking saving money on everything from pencils and markers to tablets and cleaning supplies.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on this Wednesday, August 14th. At least we think it's August 14th because I'm about to order a pumpkin spice latte with the weather out there.
Oh,
I know.
Easy. Oh, boy. Causing waves.
Oh, boy.
Josh thinks I'm going to get emails for that comment.
Well, I mean, you might, but it is cooler than yesterday when I saw the movie yesterday. But at the time, it was today. Sorry for making your brain hurt this morning.
What?
Hopefully, this rain doesn't make your brain hurts, but we will need the umbrella at least for the next couple of hours. Still a few thunderstorms showing up in Dodge County and some heavy downpours as well. For the rest of us, some showers still across Dane County into Sauk and Columbia counties. And we've had some heavy rain overnight in northern Juneau and Adams County, so there could be some localized flooding in spots. So keep that in mind. Madison looking at mostly cloudy skies on the WISC-TV Skycam. And I think we're in for a lot more clouds than sun across southern Wisconsin on this Wednesday. Temperatures are in the lower to middle 60s, and those temps are really not going to budge all that much today. Highs only near 70 degrees, and that's if some of us are lucky. Those clouds are really keeping those temperatures at bay, about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. Now let's take a look at your first alert traffic update. And we're taking a look downtown at East Wash and 2nd Street. We're starting to see some of those normal backups at the traffic lights there, but nothing too concerning. Although in Rock County, we're still keeping an eye on an accident on I-39 northbound. This is near exit 171A, Wisconsin 26. That's Milton Ave. The right lane is still closed there, so we are seeing some delays. But across Dane County and the Beltline, pretty normal volume at this hour. Your drive times looking like around a half hour from Janesville to the Beltline on the interstate, and that's your first alert traffic.
Okay, so if I come to work tomorrow in a sweater and some boots, you two are going to judge me a little bit?
Yeah, because temperatures are warming up as we head into next
hot,
week.
yeah.
So we'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Dave.
Breaking overnight, Milwaukee police are investigating an officer-involved shooting on the city's north side. Police say they responded to a report of a man with a gun just after midnight. The man tried to run from officers and reportedly refused to drop the gun. That's when police say an officer shot the man. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 31-year-old officer is on administrative duty this morning while that incident is being investigated.
Also breaking into the Channel 3000 Alert Center overnight, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is searching for an AWOL inmate. 19-year-old Michael Duarte is supposed to be serving a probation sentence with work release. He was in the process of transferring that release to the Sauk County Jail when he failed the intake process and was sent back. But Duarte never reported at Dane County. His last known address is in the Lake Delton area. Anyone with information is asked to call 911. All right, to our other top story this morning, from supplies and clothes to shoes and computers, the start of a new school year can set your family back hundreds of dollars.
$700 to be exact. That's how much the National Retail Federation estimates you'll spend this time of year. So this morning, we sent our Christina Laurie to find ways to cut those costs for us. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Josh and Leah. If you're hoping to save money, and let's be honest, who isn't this time of year? We are here to help. We have some simple money-saving strategies that anyone can use. And here to talk about that is our financial advisor, Mark Farnan. Thanks so much for sticking around.
Absolutely.
So we're in front of a table of a bunch of school supplies. We have more pencils than we can possibly imagine.
Yes.
Buying in bulk is one of your strategies. Why is that?
It is. Well, families can go together when they have students in the same school or students in the neighborhood and buy in bulk and save money, because when you buy in bulk, you can actually reduce the cost per item that a student's going to use. So I think it's a very good idea.
And it's helpful if you have multiple kids, but also you can go with friends.
Absolutely. Like I say, families in the neighborhood or relatives, perhaps, if they're also nearby, excellent idea to do that. And you can go to certain stores and buy in bulk and get some very good prices.
And so Madison area students don't start until next month. And if you're like me, you like to get stuff done right away. But that's not always the best strategy either. Why is that?
That's correct, because sometimes after school starts, the prices on the school supplies goes down because the big rush to get them has already occurred. So maybe get some of the supplies that you need just for the first week or two, and then the second or third week, go back to the store and get those things that are being cleared out and on sale.
And you can look in those periodicals that surface both online and in the mail?
Yes, in both places.
And really quick, we're almost out of time, but what would be your main piece of advice for anyone looking to do their back to school shopping soon?
I think it's a great opportunity to role model with your children about how to spend money and how not to overspend. So it's a good opportunity to be a good role model and talk to your children about, well, these are the things we need. Let's get the things we need, but let's watch the cost as well. And let's see if maybe there's some things from last year we can still use. Something got put in a drawer or in a closet that hasn't been used. Maybe there's some things you won't have to buy this year.
Go shopping in your own home. I love that. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning. And we have some more money-saving strategies up on our website, channel3000.com. You can use that as a resource when you head to the store yourself. But for now, I'll send it back to you, Josh and Leah.
Christina Laurie always helping us stay organized here on the morning shift. Christina, thank you.
6:06 your time now. The girls' swim team over in Milton has a brand new pool at their high school just in time for the new school year. That pool has been closed for renovation work since March 1st. The district tweeted these pictures of the first official practice of the season yesterday. Milton residents approved that pool as part of a $60 million referendum this past spring.
Staying in the Milton School District, all 4-year-old kindergartners there are now eligible to take the bus to school. The school board unanimously approved offering busing services to families of all 4K students. Previously, they had to live more than 2 miles away from school to be eligible. School administrators tell the Janesville Gazette that this move won't cost the district any extra money and buses won't be overcrowded. They hope this gets rid of the need for kids to walk or find transportation elsewhere.
At the Capitol, a proposal to help students with dyslexia only has a few more hurdles to go through before passing the state legislature. That bill would require the state to create a guidebook on dyslexia, including information about screening processes to identify it and more resources for parents and teachers. The proposal does face opposition from some Democrats and the Wisconsin State Reading Association, leading to what some have called the reading wars. Local advocates say, though, they believe this bill will help save families some heartache.
I've seen family after family come in. Everyone's upset because this child is trying hard and they're still sort of being blamed, if you will, for not somehow progressing.
The bill was passed by the state assembly back in June, with most Democrats voting against it, citing concerns about teacher curriculums. The Reading Association says it will support the bill with a couple of changes, including making the guidebook about all reading conditions, not just dyslexia, and not including a definition of dyslexia in that guidebook.
Also at the Capitol, Republican lawmakers are circulating a package of bills meant to improve access to mental health services. One of the representatives introducing the bill, Paul Tittle, says the proposals are not a reaction to recent mass shootings. The bills would make matching grant money available for mental health centers and nonprofits across the state. It would also give a tax deduction for psychiatrists who practice in underserved areas.
Wisconsin is now part of a multi-state lawsuit this morning, challenging the Trump administration's decision to ease restrictions on coal-fired power plants. Attorney General Josh Kaul announced that move yesterday, saying the rule prolongs the country's reliance on coal. In June, the Environmental Protection Agency got rid of its Clean Power Plan and replaced it instead with a rule that gives states more leeway in deciding power plant upgrades. This lawsuit alleges that new rule violates the Clean Air Act.
Just about 6:09 this morning, Governor Tony Evers is addressing the need for business leaders to embrace diversity across the state.
Just my observation, the state of Wisconsin has a lot of people that look like me and are about as old as me. And I can also guarantee you that with that background, we're not going to have enough people.
Now, this was part of the governor's keynote address at the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce Policy Day Tuesday. Governor Evers also said we need to bring new people into the state to avoid a worker shortage. To draw them in, the governor mentioned the importance of investing in things like good health care, natural resources, clean drinking water, and infrastructure.
Police in Rock County are learning how to respond to an active shooter situation in their community. Training started yesterday and will continue through today. It focuses on things like rapid response and providing immediate care to victims. Police say this will help them get better against an issue that can be difficult to deal with.
How as a society do we stop this from happening? I don't have the answers to that, and I'm just plaguing every chief of police and sheriff across the country. It's the magic question that everyone wants answered, and I don't know that we have all the answers. There's steps that we've taken to address, mental health and, officer training, but some of those things only go so far. It's going to take societal change.
Officers from Janesville, Beloit, Milton, and the Rock County Sheriff's Office are all taking part in that training.
Today is the third day of the trial for the semi-truck driver facing 46 charges, 10 of them felonies for driving under the influence of prescription drugs and crashing into a school bus filled with kids. The bus was pulled over on the interstate in Columbia County for mechanical issues when the crash happened in May of last year. The state trooper who did the field sobriety test on Wayne Murphy read a statement that Murphy wrote in the hospital describing his version of events. The trial is expected to run through the end of this week, and we do expect Murphy himself to testify about what caused him to crash at some point this week.
As former Badger Quintez Cephas waits for UW-Madison to decide whether it will allow him back, one local attorney is offering some insight on what goes into that decision. Cephas was expelled following allegations of sexual assault before a criminal trial acquitted him of those charges. Defense attorney Chris Van Wagner isn't connected to this case, but has represented students in similar hearings before. He says when making its decision on Cephas's readmission, the university will have to consider the potential of a civil lawsuit and what kind of a message it will send to others who have been expelled.
They have to stop and think, how many other young men have we sent packing who now can come back and say, you have to let me back too?
A statement from UW-Madison says Chancellor Rebecca Blank is fully engaged on the issue and ready to act as soon as university staff complete their review.
6:11 right now, and still ahead for us on a Wednesday morning. The American Red Cross is currently facing a blood shortage, and they say summer vacations may be to blame. We'll find out why next.
Cloudy skies again today with continuing chances of showers and a 100% chance of a pumpkin spice order for me.
Oh, jeez.
Dave has your extended forecast that's coming up on News 3 Now this morning.
You can't resist.
Good morning. We are off to a cooler and less humid start this morning. A lot of clouds on the way for this Wednesday and a few more showers and storms as well. So let's go ahead and start with Platteville on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam. So most of us are looking at a cloudy day, but Platteville, at least a little bit of sunshine showing up early this Wednesday morning on the Queen Bee Radio Skycam. This is more typical of what much of the area is going to experience today. Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam. Overcast skies. 24-hour precipitation. We've seen some pretty heavy rain across northern portions of Juneau and Adams County, so there may be some localized flooding there. That's something to keep in mind as you start off your day this morning. And then some isolated spots have picked up about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in those downpours. On radar, we're still noticing a few showers and thunderstorms. The heaviest rain making its way through eastern Dodge County and also on the border of Dane and Jefferson counties. There's a pretty hefty shower right now, and I think we could see some additional shower activity as we get into this afternoon and evening. Temperatures are starting off in the lower to middle 60s, and because of the clouds throughout much of the area, I don't think those temperatures are going to budge all that much. That is quite a bit cooler in some spots, like the Dells, almost 10 degrees cooler than we were at this time on Tuesday. Our high temperature trend is showing the 80s returning as we get into this weekend. So, Leah, you only have a couple of days to order that pumpkin spice latte and not get a ton of eyebrows. We are looking at temperatures in the mid to even some upper 80s on the way as we get into next week. So summer not done with us across southern Wisconsin just yet. The good news is a lot of sunshine on the way to start next week. Future track is showing not much sunshine today. In fact, some additional showers and storms possible this morning, and then into the afternoon and early evening hours. Some downpours are possible, so have that umbrella ready to go if we do see those showers pop up, similar to the setup yesterday. But on Thursday, I think we'll see a good amount of sunshine across south central Wisconsin with highs in the mid to upper 70s, but we get one day of sun, and then those showers and storms return by the time we get to Friday. Anywhere from about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain possible over the next 48 hours or so. But as you can see there are going to be some pockets that pick up more than that, similar to what Dodge County and also Juneau and Adams County has seen so far over the past 12 to 24 hours or so. So downpours definitely possible. 7 to 10 day forecast. We can see those showers and thunderstorms returning for Friday and Saturday as temperatures return to the 80s for the weekend. But look at that sunny stretch on the way for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with temperatures in the mid 80s for all those days. That's going to feel pretty nice as school is right around the corner. Let's enjoy that last taste of summer while we have it. Now, that's a look at your weather with a look at your First Alert traffic update. Here's Josh Tim. Josh?
Yeah, good morning. Starting off in Rock County, watching that crash on I-39 northbound at the Highway 26. It's also exit 171. The crash is blocking the left-hand lane. Plan on some extra time just outside of Janesville if you're on your way towards Madison. So far, the Beltline is looking good, though. No delays showing up yet in either direction at this point. Other roads here in Dane County not looking too bad right now. Some of the usual brake lights are on Verona Road approaching the Beltline. Nothing to slow you down around campus. I would plan on things getting busier over the next hour or so. And other routes heading into Madison, they're moving along at the usual speeds with no major issues. Your First Alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Thank you very much, Josh, and thank you, Dave. A new study out of UW-Madison shows your brain generally does a good job of bouncing back after anesthesia. General anesthesia allows people having surgery to not feel pain or remember what happened on the operating table. And this study shows the decline in cognitive ability after surgery is pretty slight. Another international survey shows 65% of people are concerned about losing memory or thinking abilities after being put under.
Minnesota health officials are reporting more cases of young people experiencing severe lung damage linked to vaping. They're investigating 4 cases right now and say they're similar to recent cases we've seen here in Wisconsin and Illinois. Minnesota's health department is asking healthcare providers and parents to be on the lookout for vaping as a cause of unexplained breathing problems.
More local news now. The Red Cross is asking for your help as it deals with a blood and platelet shortage. This comes as many of their regular donors are either on summer vacation or preparing for the school year to start. Here in Madison, you can give blood every day through September 14th. There are a number of surrounding communities who could also use some new donations. You can visit the Red Cross website to learn more about how to donate in your area.
The National Institute of Health's research bus will be stopping in Madison today. The All of Us bus is on a mission to gather data from 1 million people in the U.S. to accelerate health and improve research. If you'd like to volunteer, you can stop by the UW School of Medicine and Public Health between 5 and 10 p.m. today or tomorrow from 11:30 in the morning until 4 p.m. on Friday. That address is 4303 Britta Parkway.
6:20 on your Wednesday. The Badgers are celebrating the 150th year of college football with a pretty cool new look. We've got a sneak peek of the jerseys they're going to be rocking this upcoming season. That story is still ahead.
But first, Dave's got a cooler and cloudy forecast for your Wednesday. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that. We're back right after this. .23 on your Wednesday morning. Live look outside from our Platteville Skycam. Doesn't this kind of look like a shot out of Colorado with the mountains in the background?
Wow.
Let's go skiing.
Seriously?
Why not?
Maybe not skiing. I'll go for hiking.
We can go hiking up the Platteville Mound. Why not? That sounds great.
Oh, beautiful start out there, and a lot more comfortable out there this morning too. Less humidity, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is. And that sunshine Platteville is seeing, that's kind of the anomaly this morning. We're looking at a lot of clouds actually today. So if you do get some sunshine, count your lucky stars. We won't be able to see the stars this morning unless you're talking about me, of course. Madison on the Edgewater Sky We're looking at, thank you, Josh, thank you. Some well-deserved recognition. Looking at those overcast skies and really the weather not exactly the star of the show, more of a diva, if you will, because we're really not going to see all that much of sunshine today. And we're seeing some additional showers and storms this morning across eastern portions of the News 3 Now viewing area into Dodge and Jefferson counties. Some downpours showing up and also some light showers in some other spots. Temperatures are in the lower to middle 60s to start us off this morning, and dew points are in the lower 60s as well in Madison. So as Josh mentioned, it is cooler, it is less humid to start, so that's good news. We'll look at the forecast half full, if you will, but not much sunshine and some more showers could be on the way for later on this afternoon and evening, and temperatures only near 70 degrees for a high temperature. So that is your first alert forecast.
Dave, thank you so much. A heads up, if you want to catch the game between the Brewers and Twins this afternoon, you'll only be able to watch it on YouTube. The Brewers will try to bounce back after another late inning loss last night. They took the lead with a big 7th inning thanks to an RBI double by Christian Yelich and a 3-run home run by Yasmani Grandal to take the 5-4 lead. But Josh Hader gave up another home run in the 8th inning, giving the Twins a 7-5 lead, and that would end up being the final score. First pitch this afternoon is at 1:10.
Up in Green Bay, the Packers' backfield has been pretty banged up this preseason. Fullbacks Danny Vitale and Malcolm Williams are dealing with injuries, and Green Bay wasted no time in filling an open roster slot. They signed former Jets and Jaguars fullback Tommy Bohannon, who said he got to his hotel last night and immediately dove into the run and pass game sections of the playbook. He said he could relate it to some of his past schemes and knows there is no time for slow learners in a new offense.
Played for Coach Hackett before, and the fullback was a main portion of his offense as well. So knowing that and coming in here, I know that the fullback is definitely going to be used, and it's going to be a focal point in the offense. And, you know, I pride myself on my lead blocking and being able to catch out of the backfield, so I'm definitely excited to be here.
I think there's a lot of competition for spots in that room. It's disappointing, you know, both those guys are banged up right now, but Tommy's going to get a good chance coming in.
And now turning to camp in Madison, the Badgers have to replace 4 of 5 starting offensive linemen from last season. Most of the returners have legitimate game experience. Now it's time for Joe Rudolph to narrow that down to his core group of starters.
And I just think there's great competition, you know, and I wish I could say it was clear-cut, like someone's really separated themselves, but it hasn't happened yet. It's just part of camp. Get to kind of see them in a more pressured moment and see how they execute, how they perform, where they're at now and where they could be, you know, 10 days from now.
All right, so NCAA football programs across the country are celebrating the 150th year of college football. So Wisconsin is doing it with these beauties. Check these out. The throwback jerseys include UW across the chest, just like the team used to wear in the early days of the program. Those uniforms will be worn September 28th in the Badgers game against Northwestern. What do we think, Josh?
I love the UW. Like, that's so classic, and oh, it looks great.
Josh is the morning show fashion director, so I appreciate that you like these jerseys.
I told you I'm all about the classic stuff.
I
think the classic look sometimes looks better than the modern.
Excited to see those.
That'll be awesome.
All right, still ahead this morning, we have the top 3 things you need to know as you head out the door on your Wednesday.
And back-to-school shopping can get expensive, so we're showing you how to ease the blow to your wallet. Keep watching News 3 Now this morning for the most local news.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday, August 14th. A big day for our Dave Caulfield, our dad of the shift here. Rory's heading to daycare.
I can't believe it. It feels like yesterday he was just born. What is happening?
What is happening?
Who allowed this? That's what I'm asking this morning.
Just like our summer flying by here, too.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, we'll get to your forecast in just a little bit, Dave.
But first, let's start with the top 3 things to know on this Wednesday. First, breaking overnight, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is searching for an AWOL inmate this morning. 19-year-old Michael Duarte is supposed to be serving a probation sentence with work release. He'd been denied a transfer to the Sauk County Jail, but he never reported back to Dane County. His last known address is in the Lake Delton area. Anyone with information should call 911.
The second story we're following this morning, corrections officers might have falsified reports saying they checked on Jeffrey Epstein the night before his apparent suicide. Sources say that the surveillance video showed guards never went to check on him like they noted in the prison log. Federal investigators are trying to determine how and why he was able to take his own life. The warden at that jail has been temporarily reassigned, and the guards were placed on administrative leave.
And the third story we're monitoring this morning, a friend of the Dayton, Ohio gunman will be in court later today as officials hope to learn more about what started the mass shooting that killed 9 people. A primary focus of the investigation is the gunman's sister, who was among the first victims that night. Text messages indicate Connor Betts knew his sister Megan was heading to that spot, but they can't say if he knowingly targeted her.
Those are your top 3 things to know this morning. Now, Dave Caulfield is here with your weather and traffic update. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Josh and Leah. Temperatures will be cooler today, and we're already off to a cooler start across southern Wisconsin because of the clouds. Seeing a few raindrops in Madison this morning over the last couple of minutes on our WISC-TV Skycam. Some showers and thunderstorms have been rolling through portions of the area all morning, but some of us have been dry and actually a little bit of sunshine peeking out across southwestern Wisconsin. I don't think there will be much in the way of sunshine today, though, and as a result, temperatures are going to stay in the 60s for much of this Wednesday. We're in the mid-60s in Madison, 64 in Lone Rock, 65 in Boscobel, and 61 in Platteville. Temperatures over the next 12 hours, highs will be right around 70 degrees today. That's about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year, and keep that umbrella handy because we might need it later this afternoon as some additional showers and storms are possible. Now your first alert traffic update. We are still watching that accident near exit 171A in Rock County on I-39 northbound. This is near Wisconsin 26 Milton Avenue. The right lane is blocked there, so we are noticing some delays. You may want to give yourself some extra time navigating north of Janesville on the interstate this morning. That accident hopefully will be cleared in the next 30 minutes or so. Then as we take a look at Dane County and the Beltline, not too bad this morning. Oregon to the Beltline, 7 minutes westbound with an average speed of around 75 miles per hour. That's your first alert traffic update.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. 6:34 on this Wednesday. Parents can expect to spend almost $700 this year as they get ready to send their kids back to school.
That's according to new numbers from the National Retail Federation. So if you're hoping to save money, Christina Laurie joins us live with some simple money-saving strategies. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Josh and Leah. I know we're not parents yet, but saving money isn't age or grade specific. And this time of year, we have some simple strategies that anyone can use to save money. Here to talk about that is Mark Farnan, our financial advisor. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Always nice to be here.
So they were mentioning that the average family spends about $700 going back to school this time of year, and a large bulk of that is on clothes.
Yes.
Any money-saving tips regarding that?
Yes. The average cost for clothing is around $300 for the typical family in the United States to go back to school. And one thing I always recommend to people is to give some thought to your child's wishes for clothes that are maybe trendier than what you might otherwise want to spend. So if your child is requesting something that's more expensive than really is in the budget, or something more than you want to spend, then try to engage the child in a conversation about them paying the difference between what you're going to spend and what the cost is of what they would like. That way they'll probably take better care of it because they're vested in that piece of clothing, and those shoes or whatever the item might be. And that's a really good way to role model for your children, as well as stay within your budget for the family.
Getting them involved is so important. So
really
also, in regards to that, taking them along with you to the store could be valuable.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because they can begin to understand that there are lots of choices out there, but that we can't always have everything we want, and we don't need to get everything that exists in the store. So that's role modeling can take place where they're helping make decisions together with you, and that's so important.
You could build those habits that last a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for talking with us all morning long, Mark.
You're quite welcome.
And if you'd like more of Mark's tips and other money-saving strategies as you head back to school or back to work, wherever you want to save money, who doesn't want to do that, head to our website, channel3000.com.
Some great advice there. All right, Christina Laurie reporting for us this morning. Thank you, Christina.
6:37 is your time right now. So the State Fair, obviously a huge event here in Wisconsin, and that's definitely the case this year.
Oh yeah, it's an attendance milestone for the modern area, and it's coming up on News 3 Now this morning. Stay with us. All right, so we always ask you to share your morning with us here on the program, and our Keely Arthur is doing that. But no, this is not a photo of Wisconsin. She's on vacation out in Santa Monica.
Wow, that looks incredible. Must be nice.
We're a little jealous, Keely. Beautiful, beautiful photo.
If you've got a photo of your morning you'd like to share, all you have to do is put it to our social media accounts and use the hashtag MyNews3Morning. New information now. This year's Wisconsin State Fair set a modern-day attendance record. Organizers say 1.1 million people went to the 11-day fair that ended Sunday in West Allis. It was the 7th straight year where attendance topped 1 million. Officials say the only fair in the 168-year history of the event reporting higher attendance was back in 1948, when the fair was 23 days long in celebration of Wisconsin's centennial.
And you were one of those attendees, weren't you?
It was fun. I went on Friday and had more food than I should have, but it was really good.
See, my family always goes every year. I missed it this year.
There were a lot of people there, so I can see how we set a record.
Fried milk on a stick, bringing in those numbers.
Ooh, there you go.
All right, not much of a fair forecast today. Dave is updating us on a mid-August cool-off. That's coming up after the break.
But first, it is August 14th, and we want to say happy birthday to Maya and all the other kids turning 3 today. Thanks for starting early and celebrating with us right here on News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning. I hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. Once again on this Wednesday, we could see some additional showers and thunderstorms throughout the morning into the afternoon hours. A little bit of sunshine today, but really a lot more clouds than sun. And here's a little bit of why. Here's our weather setup, and we've had our storm track pretty much nearby for the last seemingly week or so. So that creates those shower chances day after day, and we have that low pressure system kind of along that storm track, the latest one nearby. And as a result, we're seeing some additional showers this morning. A lot of them starting to move off to the east, closer to Milwaukee. So exiting Dodge County, still some downpours showing up right along the highway there in Jefferson County. So rain chances for the rest of this morning, a little bit on the low side, but still there's enough of a chance to at least have the umbrella ready to go. And into this afternoon, we also might need that rain jacket and umbrella. But Thursday, we do get the dry weather to set up for about 12 to 18 hours. At this point, that's really all we can ask for before those rain chances return for the weekend. Into next week, though, I have an extended stretch of dry weather in my 10-day forecast with sunshine and temperatures in the mid-80s. Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, maybe some hints of sunshine, but overcast skies pretty much throughout southern Wisconsin, the exception across southwestern Wisconsin, where we are seeing that sunshine this morning. 70 degrees for the high today with those clouds in place. It's about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. The fog situation a lot better compared to yesterday, but we still are noticing some patchy fog in spots like Juneau, where that rain has just come through, so that makes sense. And visibility at 7 miles in Platteville. Temperatures are in the lower to middle 60s starting us off on this Wednesday morning, and dew points are a little bit lower compared to yesterday as well. So less humid and cooler, but cloudy and rainy. A lot going on today, as is the case many days in Wisconsin weather. So another couple of showers can't be ruled out this morning across southern Wisconsin. Then this afternoon, we have enough humidity in the air and enough forcing to possibly create some more scattered showers and storms this afternoon and early evening. On Thursday, though, I think the dry weather is here to stay. Not really, though, for about 12 hours, as I mentioned. So south central Wisconsin picking up sunshine, and then on Friday and Saturday, those shower and storm chances do return to southern Wisconsin. A little bit humid this weekend as well, with temps in the 80s. But look at that stretch as we get into next week, with temps in the mid-80s, plenty of sunshine. And that humidity shouldn't be super bad, but we could be talking about temperatures feeling like the low 90s, and we have a very regal, I think, pet walk this morning. Lady B in Edgerton.
Hot dog.
Yes.
Get it?
Exactly. Very, very good. Temperatures in the low 70s with some storms in Edgerton later this afternoon.
Maybe not so hot today.
No, but at least, I mean, I wish that was my name.
What
Honestly.
a cutie.
Lady B.
Lady doing a little Beyonce in there, like Lady B. Yeah.
New nickname for Dave, I do believe. All right. Thank you very much, Dave.
Yep. The morning sprint is straight ahead, but first here's Gail King with a look at what's ahead at the top of the hour. Hi, Gail.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS this morning, new information about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Sources tell CBS News the guards did not tell the truth about what happened in the hours before his apparent suicide. And tensions boil over in Hong Kong. Riot police violently remove pro-democracy protesters from the territory's airport, as President Trump says China is moving troops to the border. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.
6:51, time for the morning sprint as we get you out the door with the most local news to start your Wednesday.
We start this morning with breaking news. Milwaukee police are investigating an officer-involved shooting on the city's north side. Police say they responded to a report of a man with a gun just after midnight. The man tried to run from officers and reportedly refused to drop the gun. That's when police say an officer shot the man. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 31-year-old officer is now on administrative leave until the incident is investigated.
Breaking overnight locally, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is searching for an AWOL inmate. 19-year-old Michael Duarte is supposed to be serving a probation sentence with work release. He'd been denied a transfer to the Sauk County Jail, but he never reported back to Dane County. His last known address is in the Lake Delton area. Anyone with information should call 911.
Corrections officers might have falsified reports saying they checked on Jeffrey Epstein the night before his apparent suicide. A source says the surveillance video showed guards never made some of the checks noted in the prison log. Federal investigators are trying to determine how and why he was able to take his own life. The warden at that jail has been temporarily reassigned, and 2 guards were placed on administrative leave.
A friend of the Dayton, Ohio gunman will be in court later today as officials hope to learn more about what started the mass shooting that killed 9 people. A primary focus of that investigation is the gunman's sister, who was among the first victims that evening. Text messages indicate Connor Betts knew his sister Megan was heading to that spot, but they can't say if he knowingly targeted her.
Right now, Walmart is removing around 1,000 third-party items from its website that it says violates company policy. The superstore chain was criticized for selling pro-gun t-shirts and guns after a recent mass shooting in an El Paso Walmart. As of this morning, shirts saying gun control is being able to hit your target and I plead the second are still for sale online.
Wayne Murphy will be back in court this morning for day 3 in the trial against him for a crash involving a school bus full of kids. The semi-truck driver is accused of using prescription drugs before he ran into that bus, which was pulled over on the interstate for mechanical issues. That trial is expected to run through the end of the week.
More chances for showers and storms on a cooler and cloudy Wednesday. We've noticed some showers across eastern portions of the News 3 Now viewing area this morning. I think a little bit of a break on the way for later this morning, and then this afternoon and early evening some more showers and storms. Temperatures much cooler than normal today. Highs around 70. That's about 10 degrees below where we should be for the middle of August.
It's estimated parents will spend around $700 sending their kids back to school this year, according to the National Retail Federation. And all morning long, we've been sharing some simple money-saving strategies. The first piece of advice, spread out your purchases. Look for when the deals are happening and shop then. If you're picking up bulk deals, divvy them up. Siblings or friends can easily split that 24-pack of pens or several reams of paper. And perhaps the best piece of advice, go shopping at home first. You might be surprised what you find lying around. We have a full list of money-saving tips on our website, channel3000.com.
Christina, thank you. At the Capitol, a proposal aimed at helping students with dyslexia only has a few more hurdles to go through before passing the state legislature. The bill would require the state to create a guidebook on dyslexia, including information about screening processes to identify it and resources available for parents and teachers. The bill was passed by the state assembly in June, with most Democrats voting against it.
Republican lawmakers are circulating a package of bills meant to improve access to mental health services. Those bills would make matching grant money available for mental health centers and nonprofits across the state. It would also give a tax deduction for psychiatrists who practice in underserved areas.
Wisconsin has the second highest voter turnout rate in the nation. New numbers out by 24/7 Wall Street show our state had a 64.6% turnout for the 2018 midterm election. That was lower than the Wisconsin's 2016 presidential election turnout of 70.5%, which was the second highest on record for the state.
Wisconsin is now part of a multi-state lawsuit challenging the Trump administration's decision to ease restrictions on coal-fired power plants. Attorney General Josh Kaul announced the move yesterday, saying that the rule prolongs the nation's reliance on coal. The lawsuit alleges that Trump's new policy violates the Clean Air Act.
You now have until December 15th to stock up on electronics before they get hit with a 10% tariff. President Trump had planned to put the 10% tax on Chinese imports earlier, but a U.S. trade representative announced yesterday that it's been delayed until mid-December, giving companies like Apple time to figure out how to handle extra costs.
A heads up, if you want to catch the game between the Brewers and the Twins this afternoon, you will only be able to watch it on YouTube. The Brewers are going to try and bounce back after another late-inning loss last night. losing 7-5 against the Twins. First pitch today is at 1:10.
6:56 is your time. Let's turn it over to Josh Tim with a final look at your first alert traffic. Hi, Josh.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Starting to pick up on the westbound side of the Beltline now, on and off the brakes near the Stoughton Road exit, and then again near Fish Hatchery Road. Inbound John Nolan, you're getting busier at Rimrock and Olin Avenue as you make your way into the downtown Madison area. All lanes of I-39 northbound are back open from a crash earlier near Janesville at the Highway 26 exit. And other routes heading into Madison, they're moving along at the usual speeds. Your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Josh, thank you.
And here's a look in Madison on the Edgewater Skycam. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Temperatures will be in the 60s for much of the day with highs near 70. Some additional showers and thunderstorms are possible as we get into this afternoon and early evening. Running about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year, but we will start to warm up as we get especially into next week. I do think we're dry on Thursday with plenty of sunshine for south central Wisconsin before those showers and thunderstorms return by the time we get to Friday and Saturday.
All right, Dave, thank you.
And thank you for joining us this morning, folks. Enjoy that brief cool off, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning bright and early.